to the second part of the civilian pay analysis series. The first part we talked about some CivPay specifics, kind of give you a background, a little bit of the NGB guidance and what some of these data elements mean. This series we're really just going to be discussing how does the CivPay tool work that we're going to be showing. Now all I've done is take mine, I call it FMA3 Civilian Pay Analysis, copy and paste it in here and retitle it CivPay Analysis. Now this is not exactly my brainchild. As I understand it, years ago now Lieutenant Colonel Pinkard developed this product through his own hard work, and we've come to just change it up a little bit. It looks a little different, but a lot of the guts in the math and things like that are very much what I was handed whenever I took over the position in budget. So I wanted to give credit for that for sure. So let's go ahead and open up, and I want to mention first that the CivPay program, when we run our R60 out of Chris, it gets pretty big because what we see is every single transaction for every employee, every pay period for all the different types of hours. So it gets rather large. So I am in May, and this product is 11 megs, just over. So it's not as responsive maybe as the status of funds, but with the Microsoft Excel 2013, for the most part it flies through it pretty well. You will see the performance degrade a little bit towards the end of the year when you're getting 60 to 80,000 records or something, but it'll handle it just fine. The other thing you'll have is the CivPay analysis query for Chris. So I'm just going to go through an overview real quick. We have this tab here, pay hour codes, and I'll show you what this is. I'm just going to do a bonus video to show you how I kind of protect the innocent for these video series. This table here is the awards table, and I've labeled it so. These are those codes that mean for different type of awards. This table here is the pay codes table. It includes the awards, but I've split out awards separate from lump sum leave and things like that because I do want to see them separately, and this was just the easiest way to make that happen. So that's that. Now in the raw data, what we have here, this is data for my wing, but I've edited it. So in the employee names, I've got a bunch of names of Marvel superheroes or DC Comics or whatever they are. And when we go over, we see the pay hour codes, and we've done quite a bit of things to get this data to roll up and tell us what we want it to tell us. So when we're watching these adjusted pay numbers are actually not real. I've changed those as well as the GS pay structure. So the names, the GS pay structure, the authorized grade in here, don't take that as factual, because Batgirl is a authorized GS WG30, and we know that's not true. So the next tab that we're going to be looking at, there is a temps tab. So what this does is by type of temp, temp code A, B, C, we see when those temps have actually performed hours in the CivPay program in whatever capacity. Lump sum leave and awards. Now what this will do is I don't have any awards payout yet this year, but this table is just going to expand and show you by pay period what type of either lump sum leave or award was paid out and to whom it was paid out to. You need to track those things for your, if they are going to be NGB funded perhaps and you don't have to worry about it, or if they're not NGB funded and they come out of your laps. Employee hours is another one. This table is pretty much unchanged from the original product that I had when I came into budget. You're just really looking to see your employees, if they had 137 hours or 0. You can get some quick lookovers here. The R60 is not going to show corrections happen in the proper pay period, so if I were to have had something get messed up in the current pay period, it's going to reflect maybe, let's say, 50 hours. Well, then we make a correction in the next, and it becomes 11 hours to make up for that, so both periods are 80 and 80. But it can give you a solid place to start your research, and it will highlight ones that are over 80 hours, kind of flag them for you. The next tab is the line of accounting recon. I'll go through the formula and the data and show you where we came up with this, but basically it rolls it up by pay period. What you would do, we're looking at employee name, fiscal year, PEC, RCCC, PEC PERS, PEC PIF, and if you look at the financial guidance, you know it's in big, bold, red lettering. This is a big ticket item, but you would simply expand this. Normally we don't have these displayed, but in this case it kind of helps because we expand this. The pivot expands, so for this pay period we've told our data to flag where we have these issues, and so we look at fiscal year 2013. Well, that's not right. We've got some PECs that aren't even filled in. We've got some PEC PIFs and PEC PERS that don't match, so it's an automated way to make sure your lines of accounting are what they should be, and obviously coordinate with your FSS. The next tab is a hiring plan tab, where we take a look at future events that we may either forecast or know to be the case. Here we look at permanent employee changes, temp employee changes, and LWOP projections and total hours for that pay period. And as the year unfolds and rolls out, we'll explain a little bit more of what this means and how it rolls up into your forecasting for your consumption of work years. And then finally you have the summary sheet, where you're going to have these yellow areas where you're going to fill them in based upon your MRV, your work year information, prior year things, and other things that may not be on the R60 but will affect how much your CivPay program can spend, and then some other metrics down here. That was an overview of the CivPay analysis tool. In the next video we'll go into how we do some of the calculations and why they mean what they mean, because when you're digging into this, just as I did and deconstructed the math, I want to know why the numbers look like they do. See you in the next video.